Once upon a time, in a small town surrounded by dense forests, there lived a man named John. John was known for his adventurous spirit and love for late-night drives. On one fateful evening, John found himself behind the wheel of his car, cruising down a winding road engulfed by darkness. The moon hung high in the sky, casting an eerie glow upon the desolate road. The silence was broken only by the faint sound of John's engine humming steadily. As he navigated the serpentine path, John couldn't shake the feeling that he was being watched. Suddenly, a thick fog rolled in, obscuring his vision and adding to the air of unease. John's heart quickened its pace, sensing something was amiss. He tightened his grip on the steering wheel, determined to stay calm. As he continued down the road, strange noises emerged from the surrounding woods. Branches snapped, leaves rustled, and distant whispers echoed through the night air. Each sound seemed to grow louder and more menacing with every passing moment. A shiver ran down John's spine, and beads of sweat formed on his forehead. He glanced nervously at the rearview mirror, catching glimpses of dark figures lurking in the shadows. Fear took hold of him, but he knew he had to keep going. Just as panic threatened to consume him, the car's headlights illuminated a figure standing in the middle of the road ahead. John slammed on the brakes, bringing the vehicle to a screeching halt. He squinted through the fog, trying to make out the person's features. The figure, cloaked in tattered garments, slowly turned towards John. Its face was obscured by darkness, but its glowing eyes pierced through the night. The air grew heavy with an otherworldly presence, and John's heart pounded in his chest. Summoning all his courage, John mustered a shaky voice and asked, "Who are you? What do you want?" A chilling laughter filled the air, sending chills down John's spine. The figure stepped closer, revealing decaying flesh and bony fingers reaching out toward him. It whispered in a haunting voice, "You dared to trespass in our realm, mortal. Now you shall never leave." Terrified, John frantically reached for the car keys and turned the ignition. The engine roared to life, and he slammed his foot on the gas pedal, leaving the figure behind in a cloud of dust. Adrenaline coursed through his veins as he raced away from the nightmarish encounter. After what felt like an eternity, John's car finally burst through the dense fog, and the moonlit road stretched out before him, free from the dark presence that had haunted him. Heaving a sigh of relief, he glanced back one last time, but there was no trace of the figure. As John drove on, the fear slowly subsided, replaced by a sense of awe and gratitude for his narrow escape. He realized that sometimes, the scariest stories are the ones that remind us of our own strength and resilience. And so, John continued his late-night drives, forever carrying the memory of that harrowing night. He became a living legend, sharing his tale with anyone who would listen, a cautionary reminder to respect the mysteries of the night. Once word of John's encounter spread throughout the town, his story took on a life of its own. People became captivated by the tale of the man who had faced the unknown and emerged victorious. They sought him out, eager to hear the details firsthand and to feel the thrill of fear within the safety of their imaginations. John, now known as the Fearless Wanderer, found himself in high demand. The townsfolk would gather around him, their eyes wide with anticipation as he regaled them with his spine-tingling account. Each retelling brought new elements and embellishments, heightening the suspense and magnifying the horrors he had faced. As his reputation grew, John began to receive invitations to share his story in neighboring towns and cities. His journeys expanded, taking him to different corners of the world where people craved tales of the supernatural and the unexplained. Whether it was a small gathering of friends or a packed auditorium, John never failed to captivate his audience. But with great acclaim came great responsibility. John understood the power of storytelling and how it could shape perceptions and ignite the imagination. He made it his mission to deliver not just entertainment, but also valuable lessons woven within his narratives. John started crafting stories that explored the depths of human nature, delving into themes of courage, resilience, and the triumph of the human spirit. He used his gift to inspire and motivate, reminding people that they too possessed the strength to overcome their own fears. With every tale he shared, John aimed to leave his listeners with a sense of wonder, a newfound perspective, and a belief in the boundless possibilities that life had to offer. He became more than just a storyteller. He became a catalyst for change, encouraging others to confront their own fears and pursue their dreams. Years passed, and John's legacy as the greatest storyteller of all time was firmly established. His name echoed through the ages, his stories becoming timeless classics passed down from generation to generation. His influence extended far beyond the realm of horror, as he ventured into various genres, touching hearts and igniting imaginations. To this day, his tales continue to thrill and inspire, reminding us that within the darkness lies the potential for light, and within fear lies the opportunity for growth. John's storytelling transcended boundaries, uniting people through shared experiences and reminding them of the power of their own narratives. And so the legend of John the Fearless Wanderer lives on, his stories forever etched in the annals of history, captivating and enchanting audiences for generations to come.